Easy does it. Take a load off. By the way, I invite my YouTube friends in. So if you see a message on the screen, your images and names are completely anonymous. It's just I like to record these and put them on my YouTube channel, make a resource available for you during the week. Nice deep breath, no rush. Hey, welcome if you're just getting into class. I see some more Zoomers and some more YouTubers streaming in. Nice to have you. We're settling on the back for the first 8 or 9 minutes, as we always do. It's our ritual. Today's class is about don't just do something, lie there. We're looking to let the turbulence of our mind settle. Maybe a nice deep breath, maybe swallow once, circle your jaw around. Easy does it on Sunday. Let your bones sink into the floor. Let your eyes roll back. If you fall asleep, I'll wake you up. That's how much you're allowed to relax. One of the purposes of this class is healing. Healing comes from the same ancient root word as whole, becoming whole, healed, one, unified, healthy, heal, healthy, happy, whole. And maybe you can move your breathing down to your belly button now. Make a little meditation out of the rise and the fall of your belly button. Welcome if you're just streaming in. Welcome if you're watching this recorded. It's a Sunday. We do Sacred Sunday self-care class, restorative yoga, prayer, meditation, chanting, cats. I see some more friends streaming into class. Happy Sunday. We're on the back for 5 more minutes, just settling in, breathing, letting go of our bones, letting any patterns of tension release from our body, just allowing that to happen. More friends are streaming into class. Nice to have you. It's early. Couple more minutes on the back. Sunday self-care restorative yin class. Easy does it. Now we're moving our breathing down into our belly, and I ask you, I encourage you to breathe what you feel and feel what you breathe. Become aware of what your body, what emotional tone your body is sending right now. Observe it, allow it, don't fight it. Listen to your body as you would a precocious 4-year-old sharing the story of their life. It's good to observe and allow our emotions. That way they don't back up, they don't become concrete in our psyche and affect everything. They're freed for good purpose. Two more minutes on the back. Many more friends have streamed in. Great to have you. We're doing Shavasana, breathing from our belly button and feeling our feels. When we find our feelings and honestly acknowledge them, then consciously we can shape our feelings into brighter, more beautiful patterns if we like. Good. So we felt our feelings. Good job. Just take the biggest inhale of your whole life so far, feeling everything. Really big inhale. Exhale, release it all, pull the plug, empty out, drain your brain. We are calm and peaceful souls. Yes, we are. Okay, I cordially invite you to wiggle your fingers and toes and circulate your favorite feelings through your body. What do you like? I vote for love, truth, beauty, joy, abundance, affection, kindness, wisdom, intelligence, friskiness, fun, and lots of love. Good. Take your arms up to the ceiling, lace your hands, stretch your arms back up over your head, get a good stretch back up over your head, writhe around on the floor a little bit in first thing in the morning ecstasy pose. Don't forget to smile because the brain follows the face. Good job. Now draw your knees in for some, just roll around a little bit on your back with your knees in. Very gentle. The movements today are gentle, peaceful, quiet, and easy. We need days like this. I sure do. Good other way, roll around the other way. Good. Now just hug your knees in for a moment. Good. Let's sit up together, you guys. Happy Sunday. I love this class. I unabashedly admit that I love Sunday Sacred Self-Care class. I love the growing group of people that are joining. Welcome to my Zoom friends. Welcome. I'm also live streaming this on YouTube, and then it's recorded and it's put on my YouTube page. And a little later in the class, I'll leave a link to the YouTube page, and that way you have access to a bunch of classes, both frisky and risky and purry and furry classes all week long. Anyway, if you're new to me, my name is Greg. So what? I'm just some guy that does yoga, but my intention is strong. My intention is strong to gather with friends in the spirit of relaxation, healing, wisdom, and cultivating a deep sense of peace inside of us. Today's theme in general is how do we overcome the corrosive effect of fear in our life? So I'll kind of weave in a message as we go through our movements. Take what you like, leave the rest. Close your eyes, please. And now bring your breathing just to the tip of your nose. Feel the breath move in and feel the breath release right at the tip of your nose. I bet you have a complex, intricate, complicated life, and we're going to resolve and reduce all that down to the feeling of the breath coming in at the tip of the nose and the breath leaving right at the tip of the nose. It may feel a little warmer going in, and it may feel a little cooler. Sorry, it's the other way around. It might feel a little cooler going in, kind of minty fresh, and we might warm it and feel it more warm going out. Relax, easy does it. If you have the temptation to open your eyes or flinch or wiggle or scratch or check your cell phone, just try to quell that with your breath. We all need practice at that. Yours truly. One way to overcome fear is not to respond instantly to every single stimulation that comes our way. If a saber-toothed tiger is jumping us, by all means respond. But otherwise, maybe we can slow down our reaction and begin to respond. Good. Now I invite you to bring your hands to your heart and set an intention for yourself, or I'd suggest the thing most wanted or needed in your life right now, and that's up to you. That's between you and the big guy. It's good to aim our souls. Now we're going to chant an Om with our hands at our heart. We're going to vibrate that prayer intention out to the world. Inhale. Now trust your intention and prayer is on the way. We ask, the universe creates, then we receive. Very good. Now, if you're new to this, we're going to do some joint juice, and an example is worth 1,000 words. So we're going to start with our shoulders, and I'm also polishing my kneecaps. One of my best qualities, it's been said, are my shiny kneecaps. So my shoulders are going around. They tend to get a little crunchy sometimes from carrying the burden of life, but I release every now and then. Other way, one. We tend to do a sort of a ritualistic series of movements, and there's great power in ritual. And these are all great human ranges of motion that individually are good, but woven together into an intelligent vinyasa create a synergistic effect, a release, an opening. Inhale. Now, four of our famous poofs: arms behind your back, up your back, behind your neck, and you can shout poof or not. That's entirely up to you. You're muted, so let her rip. Bother the neighbors. That's my bumper sticker. Inhale. Poof. Good. You see how each time our angel wing spread gets a little larger? And when you can spread your wings wider, more people can fit underneath your carrying wings. Poof. It's good to get strong and healthy and more vital so that you can shelter people who need shelter underneath your wings. People have sheltered us. Poof. Be still and know that you're God. 15 seconds, just, and here's the most interesting instruction that I ever give. Stop thinking. Very good. And I don't know if you guys have yoga blocks, but I've got a bunch of them. If you ever want one, let me know. I'll hook you up. Maybe you're calling from Tasmania or Poland. If you come all this way, I'll give you yoga blocks. Now, I'm putting blocks here for one of two reasons. If sitting and leaning forward's very challenging, maybe your elbows could go like this and you'd be able to support yourself. And if you're a little more flexible, you might be able to make a headrest for yourself. But we're just going to do a cross-legged forward fold for a minute and a half. This then is yin yoga. And it just means you take some time. You allow your body to release. You relax. We avoid bouncing around from pose to pose. Nothing wrong with that. That's fun. But we're looking more to let the mind settle. Now, if you're on your elbows and your hands hit your forehead, you can massage your forehead a little bit. I really like that. I called it third eye LASIK, kind of open up my third eye. And it's the part of my forehead that tends to scrunch up when I'm worried or anxious or afraid or concerned. Other way with your paws if you're doing it. Pause, Paws. Good, now hold perfectly still. It's a weird instruction. Hold perfectly still. Imagine a pastor in a church saying, hold perfectly still. Everyone would fidget. Very good. Next inhale, come on up. And then, are we creatures of habit or what? But I'm going to switch my legs the way that feels unusual. Good. Now I demonstrated with blocks. My body does what my body does. My elbows will come down pretty easy, and I'm just going to rest my paws at my forehead. We'll hold still, and you might take your attention to your third eye, that center of your forehead that represents the portal inward to the deeper realms of consciousness. No rush, no urgency to get to the next better pose. You finish a cup of ice cream, what do you want? Another cup and another cup and another cup and another cup. Maybe we'll just let that endless search for the carrot dissolve for a moment, just right here, right now. If you have a big concern in your life, if something is challenging or problematic or difficult, if you're going through one of those times, a willingness to turn it over, as we say, give it up to something greater than ourselves. If we could have solved it by now, we would have. Big inhale. Exhale, let go of all cares and worries. Everything is always turning out for us. Good, friends. Next inhale. Come on up. Good job. Now I'm a believer in pose and counter pose, so I'm still sitting like this. I'm just going to lean back on my paws. I'm going to lift up my butt. And it's Sunday, so I'm not going for full extension. I'm just lifting up, stretching the front of my body, feeling into my magnificent meat vehicle. Just come, lifting up. Good, then we'll sink down. Switch the cross back to your original cross if you'd like. By the way, there's 100 ways to cross your legs and 50 ways to leave your lover. So cross your legs as you will, as long as it gives you a good seat. In yoga, seat is asana, a way to sit on the ground that supports and facilitates meditation. Okay, now this is weird if you've never done it before. Lace your hands, thumbs up, and I'm going to smooth my thumbs down the side of my neck. I find it soothing, calming. In today's class, the theme is how to reduce fear in our lives. The yoga word for fear is abhinavesa, and there's a very specific means to reduce abhinavesa in the yoga scriptures. 3, 2, I'll tell you, but none too quickly. Take your opposable thumbs underneath your jawbone. There's a little soft spot. Smear your face down into your hands and massage your thumbs underneath your jaw. It's weird, it's wacky, it's provocative, it's fun. I do this 2-3 times a week, and it helps to open up my throat so I can connect my head and my heart to some degree. Good. All right. Take your hands out. Right fingers back left corner of your head, and gently tilt your head to the right. Don't yank. A gentle, steady, peaceful, prudent, persistent. Drop your chin, close your eyes, relax your mouth. This left shoulder, we don't want it way up here. We want that to counterweight down. Close your eyes. Stop thinking. It's weird to take your time sometimes, isn't it? Not be in a hurry. I'm studying 5 different musical instruments right now, and with 7 different teachers, and every single one of them is saying, slow down, slow down. And I'm like, how quickly can I learn to slow down, do you think? And then they give me that look. I want everything fast. I want it right now. I want snap, snap, snap. Let's go, let's go, let's go. So God has assigned yoga to me to slow me down. Good, now bring your head back up. Left fingers back right corner, tilt left. Drop your chin, relax your shoulders, close your eyes, relax your mouth. Cool your jets. Yoga, chitta, vritti, nirodha. When the turbulence of the mind slows down, great wisdom and light naturally floods into our consciousness because our brain's not so much in the way anymore. I truly, not only do I believe that, I know it to be true from experience. Slowing down the movement of our minds is a practice. Good. We'll click our head back up and we'll do dropping of the chin and 6 neck rolls to the left. 1, 2, relax your shoulders. 3, 4, 5, 6. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Now relax your head down. Technical terms, this is called Jalandhara Bandha, where your chin sort of locks down onto your chest, but I'm not saying be intense with it. I'm just saying relax your head down, eyes closed. And if you know Ujjayi breathing, it's making a little whispery, throaty, aspirant sound at the back of your throat. And this shape of your head tilting down facilitates a good Ujjayi breathing. This is it, kids. 13.7 billion years of evolution. Here we are. You're at the leading edge of it. That's pretty cool. Maybe you've always been at the leading edge of it and always will be. Good. Now we'll bring our faces back, beautiful faces they are, and just tap the heels of your hands together. This is a little bit of acupressure. It's a reflexology point. You just tap a little bit. This cures everything. Good. Now mush your hands like a cat. Purr, 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 purr. Put your hands in here and just smush and push. Open up the hip juncture. There's a lot of fluid that moves through there, lymph, blood. Plus, you get into that cat thing, that purr, 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 like my cat does. He's so big now, he's going to injure me. Good. Now, shape your wrists the other way, like this. This is called palmar flexion for my anatomist friends who are watching. Take the back of your wrist, same place, and just purr, purr, purr. Drop your chin, get your purry on. Saturday class is frisky and risky. Sunday class is purry and furry. I hope you like cats. I'm a aficionado of the felines. He should be out here. Looney should be out here. He's not on the clock yet. Good job. Now, I'm just going to turn profile for a sec. Just take your right thigh over your left, like you're just kind of sitting there. If you can wrap the foot under, that's great. If you can't, it's equally great. And now I'm going to take my hands and turn them around so my thumbs are on the outside and my little fingers are on the inside. My hands are about shoulder distance apart. I'm going to walk my hands back a little bit. And now it's kind of unusual. You let your elbows bend backwards and you drop your chin. Now, when my teacher used to do this, he could almost bring his elbows to the floor, but that's him. So I let other people be themselves and I be me. You be you, I be me. Or as Oscar Wilde once said, be yourself, everyone else is taken. Drop your chin, cave your chest, and find an appropriate amount of release, stretch, and sensation in your wrists and forearms. I bet you feel this. If it's too much, back off. If it's too little, lean in, kind of like life. Okay, now we bring our chest back. I walk my hands in a little bit. I bring my left foot in a little, and I just lift up I make my bottom, my top. Just a little stretch. It doesn't have to be Herculean or Olympic or Apollonian or Spartan. It could be Spartan. Lift up. Good kitty cats. Now sink down. Good. Now switch the cross of your legs. Now make your hands into fists. Okay? And just lean back into your shoulders, chest, elbows, and the feeling of kind of pulling your elbows together. And I'll bet you feel this. It opens up our shoulder girdle, anatomically speaking. And if there's one thing that bothers me, it's a tight shoulder girdle. Good. Now, to the degree that you can, lift up, mild, medium, or whatever you want. It's your practice. Good. Sink down, kitty mittens. Good. All right, now I'll revamp myself back to center, feet together. Now, this is the self-care part of Sunday Sacred Self-Care class. Take your thumbs and happily massage the middle center bottom of your feet. More reflexology. The middle center bottom of our feet associates heart, lung, which physically is breath and respiration, which emotionally is clarity of emotion, cleaning away resentments, bitterness, guilt, remorse, and this could be toward other people or toward ourselves. Oftentimes we've cleaned up a lot of our resentment toward others, but we haven't forgiven ourselves yet. That's a huge stage. Gently push your thumb through your foot. I'm being somewhat facetious. I'm going to gently lean forward. Now, if this was a different kind of class, a yang class, I would actively pull myself all the way down. But today I just want to softly feel the interface between where I can go and where I can't. I want to breathe there. I want to evolve there. And I want to not compare myself to other people. I want to learn to run my own race. Comparison is the thief of joy. Inhale, look forward, lengthening out your spine. Exhale and deepen. Relax your head. Lose your mind. Exhale all the air out. And come up, my friendly friends. It's time for one of our world famous ohms. Inhale. Okay, one hand over your heart and one hand over your belly. Drop your chin and hold your spiritual infant inside. Each one of us has a spiritual child that's waxing and growing and maturing all the time. Our mortal self needs to take care of that child. If we do, as we do, the child will grow, mature, and will take care of us. Good kitty cats. Now, I really like this pose. It fits the shape of my body. This one, where I pull my knees in together and pull my feet into my bottom, is a more challenging one for me. So for me, if you're kind of new and yoga is a challenge, you just maybe wrap your elbows around your knees. That would be a big accomplishment. But after a while, you can wrap a little tighter. Maybe grab your elbows, pull your knees in together. Now, watch the height of my head from bad posture to floating my head up, relaxing my shoulders, dropping my chin, relaxing the back of my neck, and just give yourself a good squeeze. So in yoga, the term for fear is abhinavesa, and fear comes from one primary cause, one primary affliction. The primary cause of fear is forgetting who we are, and that's called avidya. It's the number one affliction in the yoga scriptures. We forget our true nature, and when we forget our true nature, we're subject to false thoughts, struggle, effort, pushing against what we don't want, trying to grab what we do want. And ultimately, it's a losing game, and it results in more and more fear. So the solution is to remember who we are. Remembering who we truly are is yoga, and you're doing it. So good for you. Good. Now we'll counterpose. What would be the opposite of this? Releasing, feet and hands out, and bottoms up. Champagne bottoms, caviar rears. Maybe you popped a few last night after the 49ers' thrilling victory. If you're YouTubing in from Wisconsin, maybe you popped a few for other reasons, but either way, lift up your bottom. Sports is a double-edged sword, isn't it? You live by it, you die by it. Good. And come on down. All right. Now here's a very important thing to release fear physically from our body. Hands and wrists. Roll out your hands. So when avidya strikes, we forget who we are. The next affliction is called other way with your hands. It's called Ashmita, and it means we develop a false sense of self. We develop what I guess you might call it an ego, a false, small sense of self. But when we remember who we are, we live authentically who we truly are, and that solves virtually every problem. Shake your paws out. Shake out fear, shake out struggle, shake out stinking thinking. Now, hands at your heart, drop your chin, close your eyes. And I invite you, this is an invitation, I invite you to pray, ask, or intend to remember who you really are. All my prayers and intentions are suggested servings only, but I do believe that remembering who we are is the beginning of wisdom and the end of suffering. Good. Lace your hands, push thy paws up to sky. Sometimes my cat is in the upper cat bin up there, so I'm going to stretch way up there. I'm going to waddle on my buns a little. Get my spine tall. Turn right. Relax left hand down to right knee. Right arm behind me. And we'll twist for 30 seconds. Eyes closed. Shoulders relaxed. Just squeezing ourselves like sponges. Out with the old, in with the new. Every pose is a prayer. Every pose is a hieroglyph of the soul. Every pose shapes your energy points to become receptive. Inhale here. Exhale. You have to take a lot of that on faith at the start. Are yoga teachers just full of crap, spouting a bunch of hooey, or are they really onto something? The proof is in the pudding. Switch the cross of your legs. Switch the cross of your fingers, one finger over the weird feeling way, holding hands with somebody new and exciting. Push your paws up. And then stretch left and right side of your bra strap a little. I'm going to waddle on my booty buns a little bit. That's pretty fun. You have a pretty boring life when that's fun. Now, turn left, 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 left. I don't mind boring at all. Turn more left, right hand, left knee, left arm behind you. Boredom is the portal to peace. Peace is the portal to joy, love, and ecstasy. So if we're addicted to excitement, then boredom is a high state of consciousness. With your eyes closed, look around behind you. Grip your butt cheeks on the floor. Relax your shoulders and be unusually happy because. Now here's a mantra for you. I am a calm and peaceful soul. I've said that inside of my own head about 10 million times, and it's taken many years for it to take root. And those roots can go much deeper, but not bad so far. I'm not who I'm going to be, but I'm not who I used to be. Inhale here. And release, kitty cats. Good job. Okay, we're going to chant another one of our ohms because it's so good to vibrate and make noise with your friends. And then we'll completely shift gears into something different. Now, when I chant Om, pause for a sec, I do take a really big inhale, and it's a particular breath practice for me to extend my Om out a long way. It's not a competition, but there are great physiological and psychic benefits to being able to extend the exhalation without struggle, but develop it over time. So exhale all the air out. Big inhale. Eyes closed, feel that. Let a warm elixir of peace and love and well-being spread through your atoms, cells, and molecules as we remember who we are. The only true antidote to fear is remembrance of our true nature. And then when we remember that, we remember fire can't burn us, water can't wet us, wind can't blow us, and knives can't cut us in our true nature. This, of course, is a line from the Bhagavad Gita, the Indian Bible. It's an amazing thing to discover about ourselves. Okay, I promised something different. So all fours for some cat cowing. Just smooth, rhythmical. It doesn't have to be Kundalini, the fast, aggressive kind. Just smooth undulations of your undercarriage up and down. Exhale is the spine up. Inhale is the spine releasing. Beautiful human range of motion and powerful on your own, but extraordinarily powerful when doing it with others. Two more. Good. Now, cat pose, because I'm a cat fan. Now, My thigh bones are gonna, this is a 90-degree angle between earth and my thighs. I want my thighs to stay there and I just want to sink my chest down. Now, if you're super extra impossibly bendy, you can keep your butt up and bring your ribs down. But I'm just a regular person, so this is fine for me. If it's too strong, bring your elbows in and that will moderate the sensation. If you're insanely flexible, congratulations. You chose your parents well. And just wait. Your butt is the Marin side of the Golden Gate Bridge. Your hands are the whatever the other side is called. And your hands and arms are anchored, your hips are anchored, and your spine is stretching. Good. I bet you felt that. It's kind of like an earthquake. You text your friends, did you feel that? Now I'm going to walk my knees back and my hands kind of forward, and I'm going to oscillate my buns around a little bit. Move your buns, have some funs. If you have a small little puritanical movement, that's okay. Maybe you've advanced to Victorian movement, still small but not puritanical. Or maybe you're like a 1960s Golden Gate Park kind of way around in a circle kind of person. Other way, circumnavigate your globes, Magellan your bottom, having some fun, just moving it around, getting the spine. Yogis say we have a huge glut of energy at the base of our spine, and if we work our yoga right and take our time, that energy will rocket up the spine and yada yada. Okay, now solid all fours position, and just take your right shoulder and right ear down to the floor. It's a twist, it's a forward fold, it's a neck stretch, it's an inversion, it's a shoulder release. It's the Swiss Army knife of yoga poses. Now, your left hand might moderate the sensation if you want more sensation. And if there's one thing I like, it's more sensation. Left arm up and around behind your back. And we're just going to yin this for like 45 seconds. It smashes my face. It makes me so I can smile bigger. Opens up my shoulder. Plus, you get the benefits of being inverted, your head below your heart. And then you just got to live through it. You got to make it through, kids. You got to trudge the road of happy destiny with me. I've fallen asleep in this pose, and then you wake up about 8 hours later and your arms don't work anymore. But sooner or later, everything comes back online. So far, good. Left arm up, mitten kittens. Brings it down. Push out. And couple happy cat cows. See, we're getting into a rhythm of movement. We're less thinking, more feeling, less visual, more visceral, more right brain, less left brain. Okay, from all fours, let's thread our left arm underneath, left shoulder, left ear, butt high. If you're new to this, if it's horrible, you could just be on your left elbow and stay on your right hand and sticking with me for a few weeks. Everything will open up, and before you know it, you'll be a circus performer. Otherwise, shoulder down, right hand in front, and if you are more flexible, or right arm up and around behind your back. And then, if we're kind of new to this one, it's hard to get weight back into our body, so it feels like You feel like a wheelbarrow. A friend has picked you up and is using your face to plow the fields. Speed the plow, as it were, but you'll get used to it, or you'll be used by it. Relax, breathe, settle, peace, be still. Abhinavesa, fear, the antidote is remembering who you are. Yogis have a word for remembering who you are. They call it vidya, 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 remembrance of who you are. Then false sense of self is diminished. The struggle of pushing and pulling against life is quelled. Fear is abated, and everything is always working out for you. Human life is an adventure to see how much remembering we can do, or a calamity of seeing how much forgetting we can do. I teach remembering. Right arm up, push out of situation, developing situation. Couple cats, couple cows, moo, meow, meow, moo. Good. Now we were just on our front parts. I'm recommending going on to my back. And for this one, you may or may not find a blanket is good for you. I'm going to leave that up to you because I trust you. But I'm going to lay on my back. I like a little something something underneath my neck because I don't need it now, but when I bring my knees in, my spine shortens, my butt tends to lift, my shoulders raise, my chin comes up, so the blanket underneath my neck allows the back of my neck to relax. And since this isn't circus performer class, we want the spine to settle. My knees come in. If I was really super tight, maybe you're watching this in Wisconsin and you're very tight and unhappy after the crushing loss yesterday, you just bring your knees in here and you try to get the grief out. Otherwise, if you're a 49er fan, grab your big toes. I just lost all of my clientele in Wisconsin. Just grab your big toes, and this is called Happy 49er Fan right here, as you let your butt relax, because my butt was clenched at the end of that game, so I need to relax my hiney a little bit. Shoulders release, drop my chin, and 1 minute of Happy 49er Fan pose. Now, 10 seconds of this pose, you don't really feel anything. That's called just a drive-by. I drove by that yoga pose. I kind of felt something. But if you stay in it for a minute, you kind of park and you put some coins in the meter. And after a while, your butt cheeks start to release, your groin soften, your knees come to the floor, shoulders relax, and a certain type of bliss begins to appear. From your head to your rear. How you doing with this one? How you doing? How you doing? Forget about it. It's one of my favorite yin poses because it keeps me from being a tight A and keeps my lower parts happy. Good. Now, Viparita Karani, which is legs up. Now, when my legs are up, I don't want a blanket underneath my neck anymore. But I want you to learn your own body. And we're just going to do Viparita Karani, legs up. Great for circulation. This helps if you have very close veins. Relax your shoulders, drop your chin, and avoid the temptation to make gyrations with your legs, as tempting as that is. Or as my teachers used to say to me, in the 14 different elementary schools I went to. Hold still. One year I went to 3 different elementary, maybe 4 different elementary schools. This pose just does things. We trust the pose. Good. Now, Greg does recommend I'm going to slide the blanket back underneath my neck. I'm going to grab my right knee, going to let my left leg down carefully so I don't kick the piano bench. I'm going to bring my right knee in and just take my right knee around in a circle. And this is just good self-care for your bod. Other way with your knee. You don't always have to drive at 130 miles an hour, just cruising down the road. Maybe we're Amish today. We're in our little buggy, just cruising down to get some milk and eggs. Good. Now lift up your head, neck, and shoulders. Take your right knee and sweep it all the way over, all the way down, even if your right shoulder lifts. This is when you really want the banky underneath your head or your neck. I'm going to pin my right knee down with my left hand, and I'm going to open, Wisconsin, I'm going to, open my shoulder out to the right, and this will be our finishing twist. Now, even me, as amazing as I am, my right arm does not come all the way down. So I just position my right hand where I can relax, and I let gravity split my spine open like Abraham Lincoln chopping wood. I love Abraham Lincoln. We could use an Abraham Lincoln. Big inhale. Exhale, release. Finishing in twist. You kind of melt open like a pat of butter on an Arizona sidewalk during the summer. Do you feel release? Do you feel yourself being squozed out? Super good for you. This pose helps you to remember who you are. You squeeze out all those false thoughts, and then truth and wisdom is naturally absorbed in our body. Good. We'll inhale our right knee back up. Good. I'm going to re-grab my right knee, kind of hug it in, get all my bones back where they belong. Extend out right leg, bring left knee in. Grab my left knee, and I'm going to open up my acetabulum, my hip joint. Other way with your knee. You don't have to do a lot, but what you do is if it's intentional, intelligent, proper sequencing, you get the most bang for your buck. That's Greg Yoga. Lift up your head. And now let's sweep our left knee all the way down like you're rolling over to hit the snooze button on the alarm clock. Your left shoulder probably lifts unless you're ragdoll flexible. I'm pinning my knee down with my right hand, and I'm going to take all the time in the world to let my torso, my Adidas emblem, open out to the left. And if I didn't have this blanket underneath my head would be tilted down and it would be a little slice of hell. But it's a slice of heaven, yum, with the blanket underneath my head. And then I can let go of my bones. I can cool my jets and melt open. Occasionally you get a big old crack. Crack, crack, crack. Sharing crack with friends on Sunday. It's the best. God bless 49er fans. God bless Packer fans. We've all been on both sides. In yoga, we look to rise above the hot, cold, win loss, good, bad, high, low stuff, and rise above to the peace that passes all understanding and football scores. Big inhale. Exhale. Although it's more fun to win, there's no doubt about that. 3 more nice deep breaths. Okay, kids, let's bring that knee back up. And we'll sit up for the Om stretch, the conclusion of class. I commit to delivering about an hour and 10 minutes. And at the end, it's all about the peace, love. What is so funny about peace, love, and understanding? Elvis Costello, 1977. Where were you? Left leg out, right ankle over. This is my favorite rooting, grounding sequence. Do what you can. If your legs don't shape like this, shape your legs as you would shape them. Give me a hug. Just close your eyes and we'll just kind of lean into each other. Let our hearts connect. Breathe together. Inhale from the same lungs. Exhale your right arm under. Fold up your arms. And Greg's famous egg arm salad, where you up and down your elbows and you left and right them, and you dig out the binding. Psalm 91, line 3, surely he shall release me from the snare of the fowler and from the tight shoulder pestilence. Good, now turn your chest, elbows face all the way to the right. Now cleverly turn your face all the way to the left. Tilt your head to the left, drop your chin, and let's say to ourselves, I am a calm and peaceful soul, and everything is always working out for me. Say it like you mean it. When we say things like that, in religious language, we're getting in agreement with God. In spiritual language, we're aligning with truth. In psychological language, we're using our cognitive ability to speak intelligently. I don't care how you interpret it, just experience the results, the benefits. Good, now bring the elbows back. Slide hands to them self-same elbows. Bring elbows up and vogue with me. I guess Madonna's in concert. Wowee. How about that? If you do go, she starts all of her shows 2 to 3 hours late, so just stay out for dinner. Good, bring your elbows down. Now your right forearm's on top. Your hands go relax. Close your eyes. Place the tip of the tongue on the roof of your mouth. And Greg's most interesting instruction, stop thinking. See, you can do it. You can do it, can't you? You didn't think you could, but now you know better. Now you know better. Now you know better. Good, relax thy paws down. Extendo Rama the right leg. Take lefty ankle. If lefty ankle does, it's like, damn, this thing just go like that. Otherwise, put it over the top, fold righty shin under. That might take 2 weeks, but all you have to do is come to my class every Sunday for the rest of your life, share it with all of your friends, like and subscribe, and everything is going to work out great for you. Now, here's an odd thought. Arms out, palms open, close eyes. Now, We're going to kind of lean forward into each other and merge our hearts and our lungs and breathe from the same heart and lungs. We're so much more one than we are separate, but not from our mortal perspective. We're getting over that. Big inhale. Good. Now, left arm is to sweep under. Arms are to fold up unless they don't. And then, surely he shall release me from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. If you're ever in great difficulty, Greg recommends, as do many others, the 91st Psalm. Good. Now turn your chest, face, elbows all the way to the left as far as you can. Cleverly turn your face back to the right like a movie star. Tilt your head to the right like Greta Garbo. Drop your chin like Jean Harlow. Close your eyes and be beautiful. Somebody's got to do it. We are calm, peaceful souls, and everything works out for good for those who love God or good. Good. Bring everything back to square. Grab thy blows, brings them up. And I guess you could belly dance. We're going to call this elbow dancing. I would watch myself elbow dance, but you would not want to watch me belly dance, I assure you, so I shan't do it. Bring elbows down. Left forearm is on top. Hands are super relaxed. Chin is level. Eyes are closed. Tip of the tongue on the roof of your mouth. And amazingly, you're developing the fantastic skill of stopping thinking easily, naturally, spontaneously. Such relief. Good. Now we're going to massage the middle center bottom of our feet in conclusion and getting ready for the biggest Om ever. Kind of digging in. Good. Now hold steady pressure. Biggest inhale of your whole life so far. Now the universe hears you and comes running to soothe and comfort you as you did as a mother when you heard your child cry. You would break down barriers, you would go through a brick wall, you would jump over somebody's house to help your kid, wouldn't you? You have. Accept the same kind of love, affinity, affection, soothing, calm, and comfort. You are so loved. Good. And then 5 minutes of Shavasana. Please relax on your back. And I should probably leave you alone telling you how to do things. I bet you know how to lay on your back and cover yourself with blankets. Maybe put neck roll underneath. Maybe a washcloth soaked in chloroform over your face. Just kidding. But just relax. And I'm going to let you go to La La Land for 5 minutes. And I encourage you to leave your body and go back home. Quick checklist of bliss. Wiggle your legs. Jiggle your left and right bun. Get any dents out of your bottom. Unhinge your shoulder blades. Swallow once. Relax your mouth. And the pose starts now. Okay, beautiful friends, stay nice and relaxed, remain in the pose. But here's that guy's voice from a million miles away. So begin to move back toward your body from its expanded spiritual, energetic self and gently squeeze that back into your physical form. Take your time. Now, this is something we do every Sunday in this Sacred Sunday self-care class, and it's always optional and always from choice. But if you'd like, you could invite God, love, source, infinite higher organizing power into yourself, whatever name you give to the infinite. It's a beautiful time to issue that invitation to crack the door of our heart and soul open a little more. God's very polite. She won't come in without invitation. Good. Now, if you prayed that little prayer with me, wiggle your fingers and toes and circulate a fresh, new, lively batch of feel good, love, light, truth, wisdom, beauty, joy, ecstasy, euphoria, intelligence, inspiration, guidance, juice. You know, your words. Circulate feel goods around your body. Nice deep breath back in your skin suit. And take your time rolling over to your right side for a few moments. When you're over on your right side, Greg says, please love all over yourself. Now, it's important to keep your eyes closed when we sit up together. Take your time sitting up, eyes closed. This cultivates the center of our being, helps us to find it no matter what's going on the outside. So we'll sit up together slowly, peacefully, with our eyes closed. Earlier, I talked about us breathing from the same lungs and beating from the same heart. It's a nice thought, isn't it? So, with our hands at our heart, breathing from the same lungs, loving from the same heart, if I go deep into me and you go deep into you, we come to the same place together. Namaste. I'm grateful for your presence and participation in the class. As always, I bid adieu first to the YouTubers. So thank you. Please like and subscribe it. Share it with friends. It's spreading peace of yoga around the world that could really use it this year. So first, arrivederci.